Hey everybody, it's Justin from Built, and it is day 2 of the International Woodworking Fair in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm walking around, I'm checking out all the really cool consumer fun things that are available at the show. There is a ton of vendors, there's over 1,100, but a lot of it is big distributors, manufacturers of industrial equipment and stuff. So I'm hunting around trying to find all the cool stuff that might interest you. Today on Built. Before we begin, I have to give the same warning I gave in day 1. This show was incredibly loud with big industrial machinery and saws and routers and everything going everywhere. So you'll notice a lot of the time we're almost yelling because it's so loud in there. I've edited the video heavily to remove those annoying noises. You don't want to hear that stuff, but it does also kind of make the audio a little bit weirder than normal. It's not like how I'm talking right now, so I do apologize for that. It's just because of how loud this place was. I'm over at Bow Products with Bill. Bill, thanks for meeting with me.
Yeah, very good.
And so Bill was just talking to me about their new fence product that adds a lot of safety and functionality to a job site saw or any sort of table. So why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Yep, so this is our new Xtender fence, and the entire purpose of it is to add control and safety to small table surfaces. What you're looking at here is our 46-inch fence.
Okay.
And we add these feed supports that are the same height as the table surface, so that extends your table surface to give you the control and better cuts and the safety of a full-size cabinet saw.
Yeah.
You can see that I have more control as I approach the blade.
So you're actually able to apply pressure right here even.
Right there.
Yeah, that's great.
The fence clamps to the existing fence of the saw. Fits all the different saws. So now, as I feed the board, you can see it's controlled,
yeah.
It's consistent, there's no wiggle. I come all the way through the cut. As I finish the cut, I am now past the blade, and the fence feather board is working with the feed support on that side to hold the board.
That's great. So you have such extension out there without anybody holding it, without an outfeed table. That brings a lot of functionality that you would see in the workshop where you have a full-size table saw along with an outfeed table to the job site.
That's right. The back of this fence has clamping slots that allow me to position this fence for outfeed only, for in-feed outfeed, or for in-feed only. So I can change the position of it. So these feed supports slide along the bottom. I can position them for outfeed or in-feed, whatever I want to do.
Wow, okay.
Let's say that I want to cut long boards or heavier boards. So I want outfeed support and I move it forward. The bottom of the feed support actually has a cavity that you can put a 2x4 in. So I can have 2 feed supports out here with a leg on it, and I can cut heavier boards and get the support by myself without anybody helping me. So now we take the same extender fence and we have another application with a small table surface, the bandsaw. So on the bandsaw, you just again attach the fence, clamp it to your regular fence, and you put the feed supports on outfeed only, or you can switch it to infeed, or one of each. In this case, I've got them both lined up for outfeed. So as the board comes through and you're completing your cut, you know, you just got that feed support.
That's great. So what's MSRP on this setup? I know there's different configurations for like the range.
So the most popular fence that we sell is the 46-inch fence that I just showed on the portable saw. The list price is $159.
Okay.
You can use our clamps or use your own T-track clamps. Those are $30 and the feed supports are $40. So you're looking at about, for a 46-inch, about $220 to get into it.
Yeah, but it is a la carte too. So
it's a la carte too.
Yeah.
Or in the case of this 36-inch fence, you're looking at $200.
Okay, that's fantastic. And where can we find Bow Products?
Yeah, Bow Products, we sell through a lot of the dealers throughout the world, but in the United States, you know, we sell to the Woodcrafts and the Rocklers and all the regional guys up in Canada, Busy Bee, KMS, Lee Valley.
Online?
And online. We also sell through Amazon, and we sell through our website.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you for the time, guys.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
I'm over at the König booth with Corey, and König is a company that makes repair products for all sorts of surfaces in your home. They have great kits all the way from, you know, consumer grade stuff all the way to professional companies that utilize their products. So, Corey, could you show us a little bit of an example of how your product works?
Sure. Sure, I'm going to demonstrate here on a piece of solid wood. I'm going to use a product that we have called Hard Wax Plus. I'm going to use a butane refillable hot knife and some other unique tools. So I've chosen two colors that basically match the background, bright color and a darker for the darker area in the panel. So I'm going to mix these colors basically down in the defect. We have about a 1/4 inch tear out in the center of the panel. So I'll mix a light color in and then the darker color. And you can change, mix your color as needed.
Oh yeah, wow.
I'll use our metal scraper and I'll flatten the repair. This also cools it so you can continue to work quickly. I'm going to use this tool. The ridges here will remove the excess material.
Without damaging the surrounding material?
Correct. And then you can come back and do some little minor color adjustments if needed. I'm a little bit light here.
I really like the two color concept that you have going. That way you can add, it's not just a flat dark thing or a flat light thing.
Sure. Well, the color's different if you have a defect here that you need to repair versus something up here or down here in the style where it's much lighter. So your blend or your mix will be slightly different.
Oh, wow. And, you know, that was a couple seconds, very easy. That's really cool.
So the grain lines, we're not quite finished, but the grain lines you see here, we need to reconstruct those lines. And this product, some companies use a dye pen, which puts the color on the surface. Our system embeds the color down into the depth, so you have you don't have an issue with wearing of the repair or fading of the repair. So I can stripe grain back in.
Wow, very cool.
I use a felt block, piece of cotton cloth, and a product we have, liquid sandpaper. And this basically cleans the area, removes any scuff marks from removing the hard wax. And then the last step is to use an aerosol. We want to equalize the gloss of the repair to the surrounding area. So I'll just do a light dust.
Wow. All right, so as you guys can see on camera right now, this is a much more comprehensive product than the off-the-shelf little repair kits that you typically see at the big box stores. So this is something that actually, I mean, unless you're down there with a microscope, you're not seeing this right now. That was really impressive. This is very cool. So could you show everybody what like a consumer kit looks like?
Yeah, this is a consumer kit we sell. It comes with primary colors and some wood tone colors. It has a polishing and dulling pad. Similar to what I'm using here, I'm using a butane knife. This comes with a battery hot knife.
Okay.
Same special applicator here I've used. It comes with a brush fix pen with your clear in the pen.
Oh, okay, very cool.
So, and a cotton cloth.
And how much does this retail for?
This retails for $79.99.
Great. And where can we find this?
You can find this at KönigNorthAmerica.com on our web shop.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. I'm here with Stephen with Live Edge Slabs, Costa Rica, and these big, beautiful, exotic hardwoods. I know all of us woodworkers love to see this type of stuff. So, Stephen, could you tell us a little bit about your company and your services that you
Yeah, absolutely. So we're based out of Costa Rica. We ship commercial quantities and also consolidated containers through a distributor in Florida. We offer slabs that are kiln-dried live edge slabs. So our slabs go through a process, about a year-long process of kiln drying. So it's 6 months, 9 months air drying, and then 2 to 3 months in the kilns. So we can guarantee everything is quality kiln dried. The sizes and the variety that we offer, we have 45, 50-inch wide, 25 feet long. Everything is the same board foot price. So we don't nickel and dime for sizes or species or lengths. We keep it very simple. We also offer sanding and epoxying.
So you were telling me right before we started that, you know, you're able to provide extra services to the woodworker too, especially if you have a high-end customer and they're looking for a really expensive piece to be made. You have a website where it lists all your inventory. Every single board is photographed. And so it's a white label site. So it doesn't show pricing on there. So you can actually take your customers, go through the inventory, pick the exact slab that you want, and then they're able to take it from there, which is pretty
Exactly. So because slabs, every single piece is unique and everybody wants something a little bit different. There's such a large variety.
cool. You know, just generically saying, hey, you're going to get a piece of this. Yep, not that great. So you also have other pieces too that, you know, your typical, you know, sawmill is not going to retain, right?
Correct. So what's unique about our operation is we try to go for zero waste. So in woodworking, it's very important to use every piece of wood, right? So we don't want anything to go to waste. And where we've really found our niche market is bringing pieces that would have almost no value back to life. So a typical sawyer, a log of this size with this amount of rot would not be interested in wasting the amount of time to mill it, you know, for lumber or something like that. So with the epoxy, we're able to bring it back to life. It's organic, it's natural, it has a story, and it's beautiful pieces that like as you can see here, you know, this was a big rot where this has now come an amazing piece. Everybody's drooling over a slab like this, right? And so we're able to bring it back, give it its value again.
Okay, fantastic. So what's your website where everybody can find you?
So my website's liveedgeslabscostarica.com. There you'll find the link to the inventory. You can give me a call, send me an email. We can do virtual tours of the shop. I can pull the pieces out from the inventory, also do virtual tours of the slab. So you be very, you know, so you're certain on the slab you're getting, make sure it's straight, twisted. We can do the moisture meter tests on it.
All right. Thank you so much, Stephen.
Thank you for your time.
So I'm over at Epilog Laser with Bob. Hey, Bob, great to meet you.
Thanks for being here.
So Epilog is known for being a more professional, higher-end laser company. You know, you might start off with more consumer-grade laser, and then as you progress, get more skills and actually start a business with it, you might look at investing in a more professional grade. So why don't you tell us a little bit about one of these machines?
Yeah, thanks, Justin. So Epilog Laser, now 35 years in business, U.S. manufacturer based in Golden, Colorado. We offer a variety of different machines in different sizes, different work areas, different laser wattages as well. The machine we're standing in front of here is a 24 by 24 work area laser system. This happens to have both a CO2 laser and a fiber laser installed in it. The fiber laser typically used for direct metal marking applications. The CO2, of course, works with so many different types of materials. We have a lot of customers that need the ability to do both metal and other organic type materials with CO2, so we integrate both into this machine.
So having this one be a fiber laser as well with such a large processing area, typically fiber lasers are galvos and they're in a very small space, so you're regulated to, you know, tumblers, pens, jewelry, but here you can actually do some decent sized metal signage with this machine, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's great. And of course, a lot of our customers are doing data plate. Maybe it's bigger than too large to fit in a galvo type space. They can load up the entire bed of this laser with those plates and then have the laser engrave all of them at the same time.
Yeah, that's great. So this machine, it has vision base as well as what other types of positioning?
Yeah, so this is all of our laser systems actually have the onboard cameras that look down on the bed of the laser. So you have feedback from the cameras. You can see here on our television screen, we've got a board on the material. So you can place your board, your material on the bed of the laser with the camera feedback to the computer. You can use the camera view to place your artwork. You can rotate it, resize it, and set your laser parameters in our software as well. Our software is kind of unique. It's not cloud-based. We connect through an Ethernet connection or a USB or Wi-Fi, but it's all captured to the system here. So it's really nice for those customers that don't want to go cloud-based. It's all
if you have concerns about having your sensitive materials being sent up to a cloud,
that's correct.
It's all local. It'll never be transmitted to you.
That's right.
Okay, that's great too. So as far as the machines go, this is one of your smaller ones. You have much bigger ones here too. What's a price range on your smaller machines?
That's a great question. So we start with a 24 by 12 work area. We both offer that with both CO2 and fiber. The CO2 we start around $10,000. This machine, a 24 by 24 work area, which is a really popular size for us with our customers. CO2 laser at 40 watt level, we're at about $14,000 for that machine.
And then your customer service, USA based?
We are, yeah. Everything's in Golden, Colorado, USA.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much, Bob. I really appreciate it.
Nice to talk to you.
I'm over at our friends with Micro Jig. This is Ralph. Hey, Ralph.
Good to see you
We've
again.
seen Ralph many times in some of my videos. Micro Jig always is a great innovator in the woodworking field. Lots of us are familiar with their Fit Finder, but they've just come out with a new upgrade kit for it. Could you tell us about it?
Absolutely. So again, you recognize the fit finder and the old packaging, the old branding. We've upgraded the branding, but we've also come out with a new upgrade kit. So you can remove the P3 part of your grip of your fit finder by just unscrewing it, and then you can replace this with the new kit. Comes with a P4, which replaces the P3, and 4 new tips that go with it that give you a lot more capability of measuring and transferring your numbers. So let me show you what we got. So here's the P4 replaced on a fit finder. This is a V pointer. So if you've got a butterfly bit or a V groove bit, one of these, you know, the edge banding type bits, this will get right into that notch and give you the exact center.
Fantastic.
The opposite version of that, where again, if you had the notch going that way, this would center off it. Or you can set this and your router bit or drill bit can be centered off of your fence.
Wow, okay.
Which at the drill press is very important. At the bandsaw, you don't want to try to measure up the front of the blade because you got the set to the teeth. There's a notch in here where your bandsaw blade will go in.
Oh, fantastic.
So we can center on the bandsaw off the fence as well.
Okay.
Now a new marking wheel.
Oh, that's cool.
So this is one of the things that customers asked us for, the ability to go in and physically leave a mark on your parts, just like a marking gauge, marking wheel. This works for that. And then here, most of the time with a fit finder, you're measuring to the underside. That's your center.
Okay.
This one, the center is at the bottom of your bit. You're not measuring to the top.
Okay.
I like this for tongue and groove cuts, for matching cope and stick cuts, that sort of thing. Very good to transfer. I don't need to know what the dimension is. We're just going to transfer what exists.
Oh, great.
So all of this is available, and the fun part is that with the upgrade kit, it comes with the foam insert, and the box is the same one that comes with your fit finder, which you may have already thrown out. Your fit finder fits in the box with the foam, and it's now all stored in the same box in your shop, so everything stays together. So this is our new fit finder upgrade kit.
Okay.
It's available starting in September, and you've got the ability to get it.
Okay, and so on just the upgrade kit, how much is the upgrade?
Currently set to $40 retail.
Okay.
And then we will have a version for somebody that doesn't already have the fit finder. They can buy the whole kit. And I don't know what the exact pricing is on that yet. It's going to be something around, I think, about $60 for the whole kit.
All right, great. Thank you so much, Ralph.
Thanks for
Pleasure
coming
as
by.
always.
Always good to see
I'm
you.
over at Fortis Clamp with Michael, the inventor here, and what he has done is something really, really ingenious. I've used a lot of Unistrut in my day with my lighting business that I have, and Unistrut is a cheap but very rigid material that Michael here has used in tandem with some clamps. Can you tell us about it?
Yes, I have one series of clamp called the Q clamp. It has a quick advanced feature. All the clamps have mounting holes on them, so you can mount different tooling and end pads. On a strut channel, you can mount multiple clamps on it. For the IWF show, I brought a glue clamp arrangement, a glue up station.
So this is fantastic if you're somebody who does a repetitive process. Like if you're making cabinet doors, you can set up your own system right here where you're just clamping down, let it dry, pull it out, go again as well. And you were showing me down here at the bottom, you made your own setup for if you're doing barn walls, so like framing?
Shed walls, trusses. You can make the same wall multiple times for an assembly line.
And then
same trusses.
I also see with that too, he's utilized a lot of the already readily accessible things at the big box store that's made for the Unistrut stuff. So you have a lot of options to augment this as well, and including your clamps. So that's great. So where can everybody find your products?
At my website, fortisclamp.com.
All right. Thank you so much, Michael.
I appreciate
Great product. I really like this. When I was editing the Fortis Clamp part, I wanted to reiterate a couple things just so you understood really well. You know, it's just like a pipe clamp. With the pipe clamp, we buy a pipe at whatever length we want to. We can do the same with the Fortis Clamp and Unistrut. They're about the equivalent price to each other, but the Unistrut is like a T-track, but a T-track with holes in it, so you can bolt it to itself. So you can get a couple small pieces, bolt it together into a jig that holds several of the clamps together, make something custom. but then you can take it apart and make a different jig. It's not wasting material. You can keep reusing it in different ways. So it's almost like an erector set for woodworkers. It's very cool. They're a brand new company. They just came to market with this. So go check out their website, support them. I wish them the best. It really was one of the coolest things that I saw at the show, and I definitely understand what they're doing with it. I see a lot of similarities to a pipe clamp, but with more functionality.
I'm over at Castle USA with Matthias. We all love pocket holes, and we all start off with, one of the bigger consumer name brands. But once you become a real production shop, once you're making money with your work, time is money, and quality of your pocket holes is money too. So could you tell us a little bit about your different pocket hole options?
Yeah, so what we do is what's called pocket cutting. So we use a router to come up and cut the pocket, and then we have a drill that comes in through the back to clear out the pilot hole.
Okay.
So that two-step process is a little different from the two-step drill, but it comes with some benefits.
Okay.
So when you're using a drill, a two-step drill, when you go in, you're going to end up leaving debris in that pocket, in that hole. So when your screw comes through, that debris will go out onto the face of your joint.
Gotcha.
Okay. So if you don't clean that, you're going to have a little gap. Now, additionally, what happens is that when you're coming in with a drill, you have to go in at a 15-degree angle. Otherwise, you're going to be snapping your bit. So by doing that, you actually shift the board when you're putting that joint together.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you have a very strong clamp, and even that doesn't work all the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
The last part for our discussion here is the placement of the screw. So you can see that you're going to get a lot of splitting and a lot more breaking of the boards on the joint.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas at our 6-degree angle, and because we're doing the pilot hole through the back, that clears out the debris, so no debris. 6-degree angle, so you don't get any shift.
Okay.
Right? And it's just a clean professional pocket.
Gotcha. Yeah, if you can actually just even show the quality of their pocket is a lot different than what you might see with your drill setup. It's got a very clean, ramped up type of look to it, which I'm assuming is pretty easy for filling afterwards or plugging.
Absolutely. So we do have wood plugs that we sell, and there are some plastic plugs that go in as well.
Okay.
Most of our customers are just hiding the pockets for the most part. But we do have a number of people that do use the plugs and enjoy those. So
yeah, could you show us, one of your, this machine isn't your smallest, but it seems like it's a good, faster production machine than maybe your small guy.
This machine is my favorite, actually,
Oh,
even over some of the bigger ones, just because of how fun it is to use.
Okay.
So.
Awesome. So that was incredibly quick.
Yeah.
When we're looking at a machine like this, what is our ballpark MSRP?
So this machine goes for right around $1,800. It's $17.99 on our website at castleusa.com. We're giving free shipping when people order from our website.
Okay. Thank you so much for showing us.
No problem.
I'm here with Darren with Canary Closets and Cabinetry. Hi, Darren. How you doing?
Nice to meet you.
So your company, you make custom closets, soup to nuts, doors, cabinetry, carcasses, the accessories, everything. You're a manufacturing company for the professional in both the woodworking and cabinetry industry. Could you tell us a little bit about your service?
Yes, well, we offer a 3D design service that allows contractors, subcontractors, designers to come onto our system and actually design closets or cabinetry and order everything from hardware and accessories.
Yeah. I mean, you have amazing stuff here. I really love all the new technology with in-cabinet lighting and whatnot and all the different types of organizers. So if you're a woodworker, let's say you're already doing these types of things, you could just purchase the accessories on the interior. You could do doors. If, we all know the doors are the hardest part of building out cabinetry. That's something that people can easily do with you?
Yeah, we manufacture up to 150 different colors of doors and about 7 different styles, from shaker to 3-piece to transitional and traditional.
Okay, awesome. So where can anybody find you online or to use your service?
At canarycc.com.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Darren. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
I'm here with Gary over at Kiwi Vision, and Kiwi Vision has a neat product out. It's called the Morgan Square. Could you tell me a little bit about it?
Absolutely, Justin. The Morgan Square is a new framing square. In the old days, we'd go through and we'd mark, do all our marks. Remember to do the -3/4 to keep all the studs on center.
You know, I've built 3 of my own houses at this point, so I've done my own considerable amount of framing, and it's easy to mess up. So, I mean, if you're a pro, you're a pro, but, you know, this definitely helps you with remembering to remove that 3/4 right there, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And the way we did that is tape measure goes on the Morgan Square super easy, just like this. Slide out to the 16 on the center line. And what that's going to get you is the tongue is 1.5 inches. It puts your studs right on center every time.
Awesome. So it's all aluminum construction, laser etched, so durable.
Super durable.
What's
yes.
the price point on this?
The price point, the 8-inch sells for $39.99. And we also have a 12-inch version that sells for $49.99.
Okay.
They are available at themorgansquare.com.
Okay.
As well as woodcraft.com.
All right.
And in the Honolulu Woodcraft store. So visit Honolulu and get your
We're
square.
always looking for an excuse to go to Honolulu. So that's my excuse now. So thank you so much, Greg. Awesome product.
You bet. Thank you, sir.
I'm demonstrating for Parson's Adhesives, and the product that I'm going to be demonstrating for you is the 3408. That's the one that caught your eye.
Okay.
This is a 5 centipoise CA, medical grade CA finish. And I'm applying it with just a paper towel, and I don't have to worry about it. It's not going to have an odor to it. I'll let you smell of it here in a moment.
Okay.
So we'll apply a little to the paper towel. We'll apply a little bit to this American Black Cherry, and we'll just wipe that on. And we got plenty of time to work with it. I'm going to throw that away, and then I'm going to take another paper towel, and we're just going to wipe off the excess. And that's it. And you can smell of that. And,
okay. Yeah, it has no smell to it.
No smell to it, right?
Yep.
So we'll let that sit there. We got about a 45-second delay on this.
Okay.
So that's why my paper towel didn't stick to it, which you're probably used to.
Oh, okay.
And everybody's had that, I'm assuming. Since I want to buff it, right now the finish is done, and we've got kind of a satin finish on it.
Okay.
And I would like for it to have more of a semi-gloss finish. So I'm going to use the Parfix 1144 activator, and we will spray that, just a light coat of it. And what that'll do is that'll harden it immediately so that we can finish our demo.
Okay.
Otherwise, we would have just let it set overnight. Would have been fine. So we dry it off, and if you want to feel of that, it's finished at that point. Nice. And I'm going to put on a shield. We always have a shield on when the lathe's running. And we're going to put a buff on it. And this is Von-X, which is a buffing compound for buffing plastics. And we need very little of it. That's plenty. And then we're going to buff it, and you'll see that shine start to come out almost immediately. You can already see the shine there, I believe. So what we would do is if we're taking a slab, and you guys can probably see that shine there.
Yep.
So what we would do is, if it's like a boardroom table or something like that, a big piece, we'd take you and I, one of us would apply the CA, and the other would come behind it doing the wipe off.
Okay.
So you're just flooding it, wiping it on. The other guy's coming behind you. They're wiping it off. Whenever you get done, quit for the day, wait till overnight. You can buff it the next day. You use a buffer.
Okay.
Like a hand buffer instead of this. And that's the way to do it. If you want more finish on it, you can put a wax or whatever. You can see once we put a wax on it, it's dirty. But the wax will bring out a real big shine on it.
Okay. And so for the different sizes of the product, what is this retailing for?
So this 8-ounce bottle is around $35.
Okay.
Retail.
Yeah. And then where can we purchase it?
You can get it from Parson's Adhesives.
Okay.
And, right off of their website.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for demoing that, Tim.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
I'm over at the Shaper booth with Russ. Russ, tell us what's new with Shaper right now.
We're here with Shaper Origin, our handheld CNC router for woodworking. We have Shaper Plate, our portable template that works like a standard plunge router jig, but all of your templates are stored in the router itself. So you only need one. No more drawer full of router templates.
Yeah.
We've got our 90-degree edge mortising adapter here, and we are going to mortise a hinge into this door.
Awesome.
We've been focusing on hardware at this show. We've got a hinge mortise that we can do. We also have a cabinet pull that we can do over there after if you're interested.
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Let's check it out.
Great. So on the screen here, we can see our digital template. Origin is going to keep you inside the lines of this digital template. If you move outside the lines, it's going to automatically retract your spindle so that you don't accidentally cut into your work. I'm going to show you how that works, and then you're going to cut one. What do you think?
Let's do it.
Okay, perfect. So let me just set this to a practice cut here. These hinges have 2 different steps for the 2 different depths of the hinge mortise, and in each of those depths, we have 2 cutting steps that we're going to do. We're going to do a roughing cut where we clear out most of this pocket, and then we're going to do a finishing cut where we come in and clean up just to the perimeter.
Okay.
When we're doing this pocket cut, when the router is inside the pocket, the spindle stays locked in place just as if it were a standard plunge router. Now, when I get to the boundary of this pocket, that's when that auto correction kicks in. So look at this spindle here. You can see how it's not letting me go past the edge of the pocket. If that dot reaches the edge of the circle, it's going to say, hey, you've gone too far, and it's going to automatically retract that spindle all the way.
Yep.
We're going to switch this to an inside cut. Now, an inside cut is going to clean this up right to the edge of that template. And when you're cutting this inside cut, you are going to be locked 100% of the time to that dotted line. Now, there's no programming required for this. All it's going to need is your router bit diameter and these rectangular shapes of the hinges. And we provide the templates for the hinges on the Shaper hardware catalog. We have over 200 hardware products on the hardware catalog so that you don't need to make these templates yourself, so that they're already preset for you. Okay, next we're going to take a deeper cut for the second step. Again, this is going to be a pocket first. And here we're going to cut to 20 millimeters deep, all in one pass.
All right.
So it's going to be a little heavier than the last one, but
Okay.
I think you've got it.
Sure.
Okay.
Aha! We did it. I wanted it to do that, honestly.
So if you saw during that cut, there were 2 times where I completely was not on track. If this was not the Shaper and this was more of a traditional router, I would have totally ruined my workpiece. And again, when I did that really hard one, it quickly brought up the head so that it didn't ruin anything.
Yeah, not bad. So you've got one finishing pass left here. This is why we do the roughing pass and then the finishing pass.
Sure.
So yeah, just try to stick on the line for this. That's pretty good.
Fantastic. Ultra clean.
Ultra clean. Now, the cool thing about this is that not only do we have this one hinge template, we actually have every hinge template that I've set up this week all saved in the router. So if I go to scan, workspaces, you can see hinges from Sugatsuni here right at the top, some sauce hinge templates that I've set up, even a Simonsburg Tectus hinge down here. And you can return to these at any time just by clicking on that template.
Awesome.
Plate also works on flat surfaces, not just doors. So if we pop over to the other bench, we can install a cabinet pull really quickly.
Sure.
Okay.
Russ, that was really awesome. You know, Shaper makes difficult processes almost idiot-proof.
Almost.
You know, this idiot almost could have ruined it if the machine hadn't saved it.
You got
So, hey, that's awesome. So where can we find Shaper products?
Shapertools.com, and we have dealers all over the US, Canada, and Europe.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
So that was day 2 of the International Woodworking Fair. I want to say thank you to the IWF for letting me come out and film. That was a good time. It was 1,100 booths, but most of it is like big industrial machinery, manufacturing stuff. So I had to hunt and find for things that would be applicable to the individual or the small, medium-sized business. But I had a good time and I found a lot of cool stuff, I think. If you know of any other cool shows that you want me to go to, put it down in the comments. I'm always looking for fun things to go check out. And if you got some good content out of this, I hope you'll hit like and subscribe. That's what really helps me build this channel and pay for me to go on trips like that. As always, stay safe in the shop, and I'll see you in the next one.